Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl Sasha Banks, legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife.
Marie.
And you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Available wherever fine podcasts are. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notify bell next to it.
Yeah.
To make sure you're always getting your new Going In Raw notifications.
Yeah.
We're also available wherever fine podcasts can be found, including the CastBox app. We have a terrific partnership with them at this time. Check them out. It's a free and easy way, A, to support Going In Raw, and B, to get your podcast.
Correct.
All you got to do is hop on the iOS or Android device that you own, because most of you probably do. Hit the...
Do they still make Windows phones anymore?
Windows phones.
They used to have Windows phones.
They made those?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Hold on. Now tree's moving again. They have like a Google phone. The
Yeah,
Pixel?
but that's an Android phone.
Yeah, okay. They had Windows phones? Really?
Yeah.
The Zune.
Well, it's after the Zune, because there really weren't smartphones back when the Zune was around.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a good question. You should look that up at some point. Not
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
If we even care.
I just thought if you knew, I'd ask. But if you don't, then I don't really care enough to inquire more.
You subscribe to Going In Raw, and then you leave us a comment.
No, maybe we'll read your comment on the air.
You know, I told you about comment gate, right?
Well, I don't think it's a gate. It was just there's a lot of the same comment left.
There was one guy who just spammed it with Balor.
But we're up back over 1,000 comments, so that's cool.
No, we're not.
Oh.
It's dropped down to 231.
That was a lot of Balors then.
Yeah. I don't know why anybody would have done that. But anyways.
Oh.
So
let's read a
that's
comment.
good. So that's good. Yeah, let's read a comment. Tupac's Ghost. This is on the CastBox. I thought this was strictly a porn podcast based on the name alone. After 2 episodes, I realized it was more of a fetish fan cast. Thanks for introducing me to a different kind of erotica. That deserves a thanks, friendo, to be honest with you. Friendo. There we go.
Jacob Smith downloaded CastBox just for the Going In Raw podcast. I'll have to see what else I can find. Thanks, friendo.
Nice. I like that. That's a good comment right there.
Yes.
That deserves a thanks, friendo, also.
Yes.
So, yeah, leave your comment. We might read it on the air.
Yeah.
We also now have a brand new merch store, and it goes by the name FriendoMarket.com.
Correct.
Woo, boy, we got a whole lot of crap to sell you, I tell you what, including these.
We've already sold out of our first allotment of shirts. New shirts are on their way, right?
We reordered them. So the last, 20 or 30 shirts that have been ordered over the past couple days, some of those are going to be about an extra week or so.
Yeah.
I think they're scheduled to be here on the 16th, so 6 days from now, about a week from yesterday.
All right.
And then we'll hop right on
getting
those out to everybody. But yeah, we've got this fantastic, and the sale is over. It's back up to $30.
Mm-hmm. Still a great value, though.
It's a great value, though.
Still
it was just a
value.
ridiculous value before then.
Yeah.
The Slayers shirt, look at that. It pops. Oh, it pops. Look at that. The good thing about bringing it back up to $30 is that we get more money. And because these things aren't cheap, man. It's screen printed. It's silk screen printed. It's a really fancy shirt, but you don't just get the shirt, man. You also get these stickers with it. It's a whole package.
And this postcard signed by us.
You get the Slow Wolf, but it's like a Wolfpack version of Slow Wolf, which this alone is worth $30. The Going In Raw logo, but in Wolfpack colors.
But then you have us signing this postcard. It's a perfectly good postcard.
It's a great
postcard. We write our
postcard.
names on here, and it's like minus $25.
Exactly. And look at the image of us hanging out right here on the set.
We're going to spend most of our day anyways.
And then
the only difference is here, we're standing up as opposed to sitting down.
And our arms are crossed.
Well, I can do that whenever. I'm wearing the same shirt.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Good job. Integration. And then there's a sticker version of what you get on the shirt. So, you want to be Ultra Mark, wear the shirt, and then put this on your laptop.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, cool, man. So anyways, $30, good deal, great deal, maybe even best deal.
value.
Yeah, best value. So yeah, and then of course we still have our pro wrestling T-shirt. We're still gonna shop. We're still gonna do stuff there, but we like the premium shirts as well.
Oh, I got an idea
give
for
you
sure.
a little
I gotta
bit
do
of
this,
everything.
My shirt idea next week after I finish cutting Friendo Road episode.
Yeah, I
4.
love it. I think it's great.
It's good. It's be a good idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Best idea.
Also,
I think they have Heather Blue shirts if you want to put it on the Heather Blue.
Oh yeah,
I think they do.
Oh, I was happy. I learned at the show this weekend that the Friendo shirt is because I was worried it'd be like just a flat gray shirt.
Oh yeah,
it's gray heather.
It's gray heather.
Exactly what I wanted.
Gray heather's good.
So that's awesome.
Best value. Anyways.
Also, sneaker vlogs, they're coming.
Yeah, to the Friendoville channel.
Yeah,
we're bringing back the 4 Lights this week too. So a lot of great stuff on the horizon for us.
Yeah, we're keeping ourselves busy.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to keep that blood pressure really high. Mm-hmm. That's what you really want. High cholesterol, high blood pressure.
Well, no.
Key to,
Well, coronary heart disease, yes.
Live fast, die young-ish. There you go. Anyways, but we're just procrastinating on talking about Raw. It was the go-home show. Which means it's the last show before a pay-per-view.
But it's a B-level pay-per-view, so this is a B-level go-home show.
Yeah. Okay, so it was completely without consequence. There was one thing that actually bore some consequence leading into Extreme Rules, and that was Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman, their match being made official, and within the confines
of a steel cage.
Of a steel cage.
Also, though,
the constraints.
Based on the outcome of the main event, Drew McIntyre could have been welcome at ringside for the Intercontinental title Iron Man match or banned. So that match had some bearing on what would happen at Extreme Rules. Otherwise, pretty much nothing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
The main event was really good last night anyways.
It was a terrific main event. Here's the thing. It was actually a fairly enjoyable episode. They didn't do anything that was overly annoying.
It was just largely inconsequential.
There's just like 3 hours you expect, you want something to happen.
I
and
know.
we kind of both figured nothing was going to happen. The whole Roman Bobby thing has been a whole big nothing build. I mean, the basic premise of it is fine. Lashley was gone for 10 years, and I still wish that this was the first thing that we saw of Lashley.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, so we had
the show opened with Roman walking around backstage of the, what was it called, the TD Waterhouse Garden in Boston.
Yeah.
And he runs into Bob Lashley. And Roman says, I'm about to go out to my ring. And Bobby Lashley says, well, hoping you get out there, you call me out.
Yeah.
And Roman says, you got it.
Got it.
And so Roman goes out to the ring, and he does that. He calls out Bob Lashley. And then Bobby Lashley comes to the ring.
They sort of mill about for like a moment. Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin are both out, and just at the top of the stage, they say, top of the ramp, whatever. Kurt Angle says, "Listen, save it for Extreme Rules. Don't fight."
And what do?
They fight.
They
immediately get into it, and that lasts like a good, at least 10, 15 minutes of them fighting. Almost immediately, the locker room is emptied out, except for Braun Strowman, and like there's no Kevin
Owens, no Seth Rollins,
no Dolph and Drew.
But Finn Balor's out there.
Finn Balor's like the top of the linest guy who's
But
out
it kind of
there.
makes sense because there was a spot with him and Baron fighting.
Yeah,
for a little bit.
right.
So I guess.
Right.
But then Bob Roode was out there, but no Elias.
Right.
Who's Bob Roode even feuding with these days? Elias still?
In theory,
Based on what happened last night, Elias
strictly on what happened last night, though.
I don't know.
So, anyways, and yeah, it's a brawl. It's a big brawl. I think it would have been, like I said, I think it would have been like a bigger deal had. So Lashley, it's because this does feel like the kind of thing they would have done with the Brock Roman thing. I know they did this before with Brock and Cena.
Yeah, they've done it before several times.
Did they do it with Brock and Roman?
They did it with Brock and Joe. Pretty sure
they did do it with Brock and Joe. Okay.
They did it with Brock and Roman. I'm pretty sure
they probably did. They should.
They might have done it with Brock and Braun.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just your typical story beat for any sort of Brock program. Typically, is he and his opponent get into a brawl. Locker room comes out to break it up.
Yeah, I almost stabbed you with my pen here. Sorry.
Ooh, that would have been unfortunate.
Yeah, right. Would you have like carried on the show like JR did after falling down at New Japan
and maybe breaking a rib? Yeah,
yeah, but you would have like run me down a little bit like he ran down New Japan. Yeah.
Ooh, is someone here?
I don't know. Maybe. Anyways, so yeah.
So anyways, the bit kind of culminated. Everybody was holding Lashley back, kind of at the foot of the ramp. between the ramp and the ring. Reigns does that thing where he jumps over the top rope, lands on everybody.
Yeah.
He walks up the ramp, decides he hasn't gotten enough, goes back down. They fight some more. Roman stands tall.
I mean, it's kind of weird how like 10 guys for each one guy
isn't enough to hold him back. I know.
Hold him back. At one point, I don't know. You probably mentioned. I know you mentioned it briefly, but at one point, Finn Balor just goes and launches himself into Baron Corbin. But then nothing happens from that.
Yeah, that was just kind of like a quick aside.
Yeah, and Baron didn't even try to get any retaliation there.
Quick little brawl here.
Yeah. So yeah, and then did you mention that Reigns jumped out of the ring on plaunched it onto everybody?
Yeah,
it was entertaining. I thought it was entertaining. I like big brawls like that. I think they're fun.
Generally pretty fun.
It's like what would we like? What do people prefer? Like just them talking? That's boring.
It is boring.
Another tag team match against a Revival.
Those have been fairly enjoyable, but no, I agree. No.
Yeah.
No. And there was a sufficient intensity from both participants to make you believe that these guys just really wanted to beat the heck out of each other.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Which is kind of the most important aspect of any sort of large-scale brawl.
Hey, look, I'll say this. Even if Lashley loses, which he's totally going to.
Oh, I don't know about totally.
Yeah, what are your odds on that? Because you keep on saying that.
60-40 Roman.
It's not even close to that. You're crazy. You're crazy. Man, no.
I feel like Roman, based on how his character's been working these days, needs to be humbled a little bit. He's a little too full of himself.
Well, you and I have both thought that for a very long time now.
Yeah, and this is a perfect opportunity. Because I still feel like Brock is holding that belt for a long time.
Yeah.
Heading into the Octagon, he's going to be holding that Universal title. Mm-hmm. And so they're not going to feed him Roman again at SummerSlam to beat him again for the 4th time or whatever it's been. Mm-hmm. New opponent. It's going to be Bob Lashley taking on Brock at SummerSlam for the Universal title.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then Bobby Lashley has to win at Extreme Rules.
Oh, boy. Clean, though?
Yeah.
Clean?
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley's going to beat Roman Reigns clean at Extreme Rules?
Yeah.
Is that your actual prediction?
It might be.
Because we've got to do our predictions this week.
It might be. It'd be low confidence points, but it might be.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, you go low on that. I'm going to go super high.
All right.
On Roman Reigns winning. It's going to decide everything. Eliminating any need for confidence points in the first place. Anyway,
or even prop bets.
So was this during the brawl? They cut
towards the tail end of the brawl.
Mickie James.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss and Mickie James were watching the
brawl,
the aftermath of brawl
for all
on a monitor backstage, and Alexa was saying stuff like, "Well, why can't anybody get control of things and stuff like that?"
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad point.
Yeah. What does Kurt Angle call Raw?
The runaway train.
Runaway train, man.
That's good. It's the new era. It's the runaway train era.
But anyways, they mentioned they have a match coming up against Nia Jax and Natalia. Mm-hmm. Say they're going to win. Mm-hmm. Go to commercial, come back, and the match happens. Mm-hmm. Alexa Bliss and Mickie James versus Nia Jax and Natalia. This match was pretty quick, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was.
Because once Nia got in there, she pretty much destroyed Mickie James.
Yeah.
Gave her a leg drop, picked up the win, and then Alexa Bliss came from behind right as the ref's hand basically hit for the 3 count, hit Nia over the back with a kendo stick. Mm-hmm. And then she was going after Nia and Natalia with the kendo stick until Nia pretty much grabs it and then breaks it over her knee.
Nia needs a more, like she's supposed to be like this big dominant force, right? In the women's division. But when she sells, it looks like she's about to cry. Mm-hmm. I feel like she needs not a cry face for her selling. Like she needs a more angry sell face.
Like she's mad at herself for allowing herself to feel pain.
Or she's mad at the person inflicting the pain on her.
Both.
Yeah. And so she's about to, once she weathers the storm, she's going to inflict pain.
Yeah.
Let's see here. After
then we had a Nia Jax interview backstage.
So who did you say stands tall here? With Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss.
Nia. She grabbed the kendo stick and broke it over her leg.
Yeah. So she stands tall. Means Alexa Bliss is going to retain.
Yeah, I kind of thought Alexa Bliss was going to retain anyway.
Yeah.
It's going to be Bliss and Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
After that, we got a Nia Jax interview where she said, I don't know what she said.
Extreme Rules, anything goes.
Can you hear the enthusiasm in our voices?
It just wasn't a terribly inspired go-home episode of Raw.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't bad. I wasn't necessarily bored.
I know, it was just kind of mediocre for the better part of 3 hours.
Yeah. That's kind of on a week-to-week basis.
No, I know, but at least with most episodes of Raw, there'd be something that we can get excited about or something that we can kind of talk a little bit of trash about. And I don't really feel like, there was a couple good matches.
Main event was good.
Yeah, the main event was great.
Yeah.
But there wasn't any segments that were so bad that we can sit here and pick apart.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So there's another episodes of Raw that just kind of happened.
Yeah, Nia Jax interview. I don't know what she said.
She's talking about her match.
Yeah, okay. After that, we had Kurt Angle backstage.
In walks Kevin Owens.
And he says, you know what? I have a doctor's note that says I can't fight Braun this week. And he talks about getting the porta potty stuff on him. And then he says, you know what? I'm going to hang out here in your office because if Braun's going to hunt me down, then...
He won't attack me while I'm in here?
Exactly.
The only safe place for me is in your office, Kurt Angle.
Yeah. So he posts up in the office. Mm-hmm. There you go. Kevin Owens is fantastic. I love everything
best.
he does. He's great.
Next, Mojo Rawley versus No Way Jose. No Way Jose finally gets his rematch.
Back when we had, 2 months ago, when we had split brand pay-per-views, this would have been a pre-show match, I feel. But instead, we got it on the Go Home to Raw because this was an actual match. Now, apparently, Mojo Rawley was okay with giving No Way Jose a match.
One day he just simply had no other alternative.
Yeah, what else was he going to do? Continue to come out and say, I'm not giving you a match?
And then hit him from behind? You can only do that so much, Mojo Rawley.
Why didn't he just have this match in the first place then?
I know. It kind of felt like he was just spinning his wheels needlessly for 3 weeks, avoiding something when he won this match fairly easily.
Right. Why didn't he just prove his point by having this match in the first place and just like
instead of avoiding the match, he'd just say, all right, I'll beat you again.
You know what every week I do when I see Mojo Rawley? I think what I could do with him to give him a higher ceiling. And I think I figured it out. I don't know what his name would be. Some variation on Mojo, but Mojo is too happy a name anyways. A serial killer.
All right.
Give him, because there was this great creative character.
They call him Mr. Mojo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking actually, but I don't know if it was too cheesy. I didn't want to say it, but I'm glad you did. Because like Mr. Mojo Rising.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
There's like a kind of, LA Woman's kind of got like some, I don't know, like dark undertones to it, I feel like.
Well, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it does. I don't know. What are the lyrics?
I don't know.
LA Woman?
It's hard to make some of them out.
Hold on a second. LA Woman lyrics. But there's this great creative character that somebody made in like the 2K. I don't know. I think it was 2K18. I think it was the latest one, called Henry the Psycho Killer, and he's great.
Oh yeah,
like he's freaking fantastic. And I was like, man, that could work with him. Like like a messed up flannel shirt, some raggedy jeans, like mess up his beard a little bit, have him grow his beard out a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Well, I just got into town about an hour ago, took a look around, see which way the wind blow. Where the little girls in their Hollywood bungalows, are you a lucky little lady from the City of Lights, or just another lost angel? City of Night.
City of Night.
City of Night. Drive through your suburbs, into your blues. I see your hair is burning, hills are filled with fire. If they say I never loved you, you know they are a liar.
Driving down your freeways, midnight alleys roam, cops and cars, the topless bars, never saw a woman so low.
And then all of a sudden he starts talking about Mojo Rawley.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that's a pretty dark song. Lots of people who are alone. There's some people on fire, apparently. So, yeah.
And the hills.
In the hills, yeah. So, that's what you do with Mojo.
All right. And you haven't come out to LA Woman then, too.
Yeah, of course. What's his ceiling then? What is the ceiling?
I don't think it's much different.
You're probably right. It's still lower mid-card guy.
Yeah.
He might sell more merch, though.
No, I don't think so.
Get the guy who does the Bray merch. That is an unsung hero. Have you ever noticed that? Bray's merch is really good.
It's generally pretty good. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it sells or not.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I never see anybody wearing it.
I do at times at shows.
Really?
Not a lot.
Man,
yeah.
I cannot remember. Because I see Roman merch everywhere. Cena merch is easy to spot. People love Seth Rollins merch for some reason.
Yeah, his merch doesn't look good.
Bray Wyatt has great merchandise.
Yeah.
Get that guy to do
everybody's
everybody's
Well, that probably
merch.
has more to do with his creative than the design on his merch, because his creative has been garbage. Anyways, Mojo picked up the win with like an Alabama slam type move.
Uh-huh.
Didn't use his forearm this time. Must have like 3 finishers now. Mm-hmm. So he has that running forearm. He did something else, and now he won with an Alabama slam.
Yeah. I can't stand the Alabama slam.
It looks like it really hurts.
It looks like that's like a full rotation you're doing.
Yeah,
right
that seems like a hard.
It's like 270 degrees.
It seems like a hard move to keep your chin tucked while you land.
You're starting at 30 degrees and you end up at 90 degrees.
It's a lot of torque to meet Matt with, and it seems like whiplash is inevitable. And that's when you hurt yourself.
Yeah, man. Don't like it. Anyways, after that, Sasha and Bayley have a
little bit with Sasha and Bayley. Same office, new doctor.
but dialogue-less doctor. Right?
No, this one had dialogue. The first segment had dialogue, and none of the other ones did. This was Bayley.
The doctor herself didn't say
No.
anything.
But
right, that's what I'm talking about.
Sorry,
the doctor was dialogue.
This segment had dialogue.
Bayley just talked and gave her talking points for her problems with Sasha.
Yeah.
She's selfish. She cares about herself, and that's it, and nobody else. It was very straightforward. It was less than a minute. I know that because I saw it on YouTube.com. And that was it. Like it doesn't even seem like they're going to have a match at Extreme Rules.
No.
So they're just going to take this all the way into SummerSlam. We got
I guess so.
Less than 6 weeks.
Yeah.
To SummerSlam.
Yeah. Next, Seth Rollins was backstage. He comes upon Jinder Mahal, and Jinder Mahal saying, "Seth, you want to burn it down? You need to find some inner peace."
I actually really like this segment, but I'm just bummed out that they didn't punctuate it better, because Seth was like, "Wow, Jinder, what you just said is really, really deep. Maybe when I'm burning it down, I'm burning a little piece of my own soul." And then Jinder started doing his mantra, whatever it is. And Seth got a little freaked out by it, and
well, he started doing it too, and they all started kind of doing it together. When he knows that Jinder and Sunil had their eyes closed, he left.
Yeah,
I mean, the impression I got is that he got them to do that so he can get out of there. Not that he was freaked out at all.
He should have just been like, "No, I'm good," and then walked away. I really wish he would have tried it. Give it a try, and if it doesn't work, then you can, not do it.
All right.
But I really like Jinder. I like this Jinder, man. He's just trying to help people now. I think that's good.
Until he gets in the ring, and then he's super violent.
Right, exactly. It's just Serenity now.
Oh, yeah.
You get to your Serenity now and Sanity later.
So Seth makes his way out to the ring, drops a promo, talking about Extreme Rules, Iron Man match, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Out comes Dolph and Drew. Dolph is saying he's best. He's going to win 3-1, 3-0, 10-0, 100-0.
Yeah.
That Seth is not going to score a pinfall during the whole 30-minute match.
And then Seth said, "Hold on a second there, buddy boy." And then he tried to sow some seeds of discontent between Drew and Dolph.
Drew, yes.
And then he made a reference to Drew maybe having sex with sheep, which, so this is a really silly thing. And here's the thing. Like, I guess what matters in the end is that they booked Drew super strong for that main event. But when you have your face openly mocking your like basically strong heel guy, I'm not huge on that, because it sort of betrays a lack of, I guess, in one manner, respect, but respect for the threat.
I understand that, but then, as you said, Drew was booked really strong, and not only that, after the main event, he picked up Dolph and carried Dolph up the ramp. There's no mistaking who the stronger of the two are.
And on top of that, the one thing that that sort of redeemed the promo for me is Drew then took off his vest.
Oh, he was ready to
coat.
fight right then.
He ran into the ring, and Seth is the one who escaped. So I thought that kind of redeemed it. But man, I kind of want them to make Drew like super scary. You know what I mean?
I kind of feel like he is.
Okay, all right. Well, if you're saying, "Hey, you bang sheep," I kind of feel like he's not as scary as he probably should be. But maybe after the match, Seth will have a new take on him instead of saying. Because here's the danger, man. If you know how Vince is.
Oh,
if
will
Vince
catch
thinks
on.
that's amusing,
I know,
he's going to have him do it next week, and the crowd's going to start chanting that to Drew.
Like Sparkle Crotch.
Yeah, and the crowd will start chanting that to Drew, and his kind of heat needs to be threatening.
No, I agree with that.
So they need to be careful with that. Is my point.
Yeah.
But in any event, it was a decent segment.
And separate main event between Drew and Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Curtis Axel was they did the B team thing where they're talking, they're acting, they're cosplaying, doing impressions.
I'm kind of happy this is going to be over soon.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of.
It was funny the first time, but now I just feel like they're going back to the well with Curtis Axel impersonating other wrestlers.
I know. And then we had Bo Dallas versus Matt Hardy. And Bo once again picked up an unlikely win.
Yeah, Matt Hardy's been jobbing out all over the place.
Yeah, what the heck?
But Bray Wyatt was back. Apparently
that's
he's
good.
sufficiently recuperated from his
head-on car collision. Yee. People don't usually just spring back to, full health after that, man. Head-on anyways, unless they're going like 20 miles an hour.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what the situation
Yeah, I
is.
don't know either.
So
Obviously, he was wearing his seatbelt.
that's good.
Yeah.
And then
Then we had a Bobby Lashley interview.
he said, this is interesting. He said, usually when I step into the ring, I respect my opponent. He says, I even respected Sami Zayn, but I don't respect Roman. I don't like him. I don't like the way he walks, which is weird. I don't like the way he talks.
I don't like the way he walks to the ring either. He's too casual. I mean, that's what he's talking about.
That could be.
Because Roman just kind of saunters out to the ring when he should be intense,
Yeah, but, I'm sort of used to it by now.
No, I know. I'm just saying I understand Lashley's point.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like he walks with it's not like he does like a weird bow-legged thing or something like that.
No, but he just kind of walks like, hey, it's all good, man. At times when he shouldn't be walking like that. That's my point.
Yeah, maybe. But he said I don't like the way he talks.
But like in his general sense, he just walks like a person. There's
I
nothing.
just don't get why he wouldn't respect Roman Reigns, but he does respect Sami. Because then he said, but he does want to fight. I would think, isn't that what you're supposed to respect?
No, your larger point. Yes, I understand. Like you'd think after all the stuff that Sami Zayn said, that he would be the one that would earn his disrespect versus Roman Reigns, who is is cocky.
Sami Zayn called your military career into question.
Yeah,
and you respect.
He
him?
actively disrespected you, Bobby Lashley. Actively.
Right, exactly.
Roman Reigns is just being kind of a jerk.
Yeah, and he wants to fight, man. He just wants to throw down.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, he said he's going to get a fight. Believe that. I think it was the believe that I'm like, oh, believe that you're not going to win. But I hope you're right. I will be totally happy if you win predictions. If you call Bobby Lashley, if you call him a winner.
Yeah,
I'll be totally happy.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Next, Tyler Breeze. Was handing out some Fashion Police T-shirts to the Riot Squad. They laughed it off. Off they went. Mm-hmm. So I hope this isn't the extent of Tyler Breeze's involvement in Raw until his tag team partner returns in 6+ months. Is he going to be just Is he going to be the Fashion Police now? Did he lose his partner?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That bums me out.
Yeah, it is a bummer.
But he was on TV.
I know. I don't know how long it's going to last, man.
Yeah, I don't know. After that, we had an Alexa Bliss iPhone promo where she probably
just more talking about Extreme Rules. Anything goes. She's going to win.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyways, we're going to stop for just a moment because what?
No.
I know it's hard to bring the enthusiasm.
Well, I mean,
I feel like this Sunday we're going to be doing a lot of impressions of Undertaker and John Cena.
It's a reflection, like I said, of it was a fairly mediocre episode of Raw.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not, save for the main event and a couple other bits with Kevin Owens, there wasn't a lot to get excited about, and there's not a whole lot to pick apart.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we spent how much time talking about Mojo?
I know, and that was my favorite part of the show so far.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about serial killer Mr. Mojo Rising. That's great. No, anyways, we have a sponsor for the show today, Larson.
Yeah.
And I think it's fantastic.
Yes.
Let's see here. Yeah. Here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, National Credit Card Relief.
If you can't seem to stay ahead of your bills, then this message is for you. How would you like to have a large portion of your credit card debts, medical bills, and department store debt forgiven?
National Credit Card Relief would like to give you free information on a proven debt forgiveness program, a program that has been used by thousands to legally forgive millions in unsecured debt.
It's not bankruptcy. It's not consolidation. This special program actually wipes clean a portion of your debt that is forgiven from what you owe your creditors.
Call for free information and get all your questions answered in the first free call. The more you owe, the more you can save.
If you have at least $10,000 or more in credit card bills, this debt forgiveness program can be very effective. Call for free information and find out more now at 800-218-7170.
There is no cost or obligation for this information. Don't wait. Call 800-218-7170. That's 800-218-7170.
Get your debt problem solved. Call 800-218-7170.
And thank you very much, National Credit Card Relief, for sponsoring today's episode of Going In Raw. After that, we had Ember Moon versus Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
I like Ember Moon a lot.
Oh, she's the best.
And Liv Morgan is okay. They gave Ember Moon a roll-up victory. After Sarah Logan, she tried to do some distraction interference stuff.
Didn't work.
Liv Morgan tried to get the roll-up victory on the heels of that. Instead, Ember Moon said, no, rolled through.
I roll through. I win.
roll through. I win now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's good. They're actually booking Ember Moon pretty well.
Yeah, they are. I just wonder what wall she's going to run into because Ronda Rousey's sitting there.
Oh, so that's the wall.
Yeah.
Yes,
right,
Ronda Rousey is Raw champion. That's the wall.
Yeah, I know.
At least for the foreseeable future.
Because it was, did you put it in here with the Ronda Rousey ad?
Yeah. That was later in the show.
Okay, it's later on.
We can talk about that now since you brought it up.
Yeah.
She was announced as the second pre-order bonus character for WWE 2K19. A great commercial.
Yeah.
Announcing her as a pre-order bonus. Making a lot of use of, I guess, maybe some conversation between her and Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Her spectral inspiration character guy. So no, that's cool. That's rad. I just hope that they have Mr. Mojo Rising in there too.
We can always make.
I'm gonna make him
Mr. Mojo Rising. He had that on his
Mojo
wristbands.
Rising?
Yeah, he had Mojo Rising on his wristbands for a
He's
while.
had that like a while. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So
he was already there almost.
Yeah, but just transition into flannel.
I don't see the flannel.
Keep the thing with No Way Jose going, and every week his conga line thing is like a little bit less. And then one time
picking him off one by one. I understand that. Yeah.
And then at some point, like there's a conga line, but like the last guy in the conga line, he comes out, last, and he's got like blood all over him, and he's like the first guy who escaped him. And he's like, no, help me, please.
Yeah.
But no, Ronda, that's great.
Oh yeah,
pre-order bonus.
Commercial was fantastic. Very exciting news.
Yeah. After that, Finn Balor.
There was a lot of talking in this episode.
Yeah, I know.
It's weird. Yeah, Finn Balor interview. He was talking about his match against Constable Corbin. Bob Roode comes in, interrupts him, says, "Renee, you know what's going to happen?" She says, "Yeah, it's going to be glorious." And he says, "No, we're going to be victorious."
Sorry, I was reading chat.
But the way Bob Roode interrupted Finn, I was like, "Oh, are they going to tease something interesting with Bob Roode, starting to turn him heel?" No, probably not, but one can hope.
No.
I mean, he's on the main event.
He even said Finn Balor is like the best guy in the company.
Yeah.
He said something like...
He said we both have great hair, great abs.
He said, nobody's tougher in this company than Finn Balor. And I'm like, put yourself over, dude.
I know.
Like, put yourself over.
Well, at least he put his head of hair and his abs in the same league as Finn.
They do both have really good heads of hair. So there's that. And then he said, we're both going to be... And then Renee Young said, glorious. And he said, haha, no, victorious. I was like, man, he should have said real. Real. But he didn't say any of that. Nope. I don't know. They're all chummy. You can tell Finn Balor's like cringing on the inside.
Oh, I know. Next, Owens and Kurt Angle backstage again. Kevin Owens is eating a sandwich. Kurt Angle's complaining about the smell because Kevin Owens is like a can of aerosol deodorant he's spraying everywhere. But Kurt Angle is convinced the smell is emanating not from the poorly ventilated office, as Kevin Owens claimed, but from Kevin Owens himself. Saying he smells like doo-doo.
It seeped into his pores.
I know.
God, that's like... here's my thing. I've been entertained by this feud. Alex C. in chat was saying this makes Kevin Owens look terrible because now he's like... But he's so damn entertaining.
I know.
He makes
everything better. He gets himself over because he doesn't have to do much to be so entertaining.
He does. He was offering Kurt like the last bite of his
sandwich or whatever it was. Yeah. Anyways, Dolph and Drew come in. They want the match. Kurt Angle gives it to him. We get Drew versus Seth in the main event. And Kurt makes a stipulation that if Drew loses the main event of Raw, he will be barred from ringside for Dolph's match against Seth for the Intercontinental title at Extreme Rules.
Oops, forgot to take this down.
Oops.
There we go.
Next, Elias comes out to the ring, drops a promo. We never talked about apparently he's got to deal with Fender now. He's got to deal with Fender guitars.
Yeah, that's right.
That's cool. And he said he's cutting an album. It's a real thing. It's a real thing he's doing.
Apparently it's a real thing he's doing. He did that on iTunes and stuff.
That's great.
So that's cool. I hope the album is it's like 12 tracks that are all named after various cities, and he just runs them down like all the top.
And I want every song be preceded by a bit of a guitar solo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They all start with instrumentals.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Anyways, he sings, talks a bunch of trash about Boston. He's interrupted by Baron Corbin.
Hey.
He comes down the ring. He wants to take part. He wants to do a sing-along.
Yeah, man.
He asked Elias if he knows the Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Bitsy Spider.
And so he does his own rendition, the Itsy Bitsy Balor.
The great thing is, so Elias is performing Itsy Bitsy Spider pretty well on the guitar, but Corbin is so bad.
He's not a good singer now.
That he's so off where he's supposed to be in the song. But, God bless him. He was fairly entertaining. He was pretty
he was
funny.
into it.
Yeah,
you can tell
he was into it.
You can tell that Baron is enjoying the role of Constable.
Yeah,
and that goes a long way.
Yeah, because, he's totally changed up his, hey, man, you're not. Now he's much more fluid.
He seems like he's just using his natural speaking voice.
Yeah, he kind of does. I like it.
So that set up the match, a tag match, Elias and Constable Corbin versus Finn Balor and Bob Roode. Mm-hmm. Corbin picked up the win over Bob Roode following an end of days.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
Yeah, why do they do this? Like, shouldn't the heels not have chemistry? Heels always win these tag team matches. Shouldn't they not have chemistry? The same, like the way that, faces should have chemistry? Like Bobby Roode and Finn Balor were totally on the same page. And yet,
Well, I kind of feel like that if you're not a regular tag team, you shouldn't have chemistry.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Because I feel like tag team wrestling should be fairly intricate and difficult, especially for someone who's not necessarily, at least in WWE's universe, experienced in it.
Bobby Roode was in one of the all-time great,
but not in WWE. That's my point.
Tag teams.
That's my point.
Finn Balor
was in Alpha 55.
Yeah, with Taguchi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, both of them, I know, have had storied tag team careers. However, we have not seen that in WWE, and that's my point.
But so are you saying if it didn't happen in WWE, it doesn't matter?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying in WWE's universe, if it didn't happen in WWE, they don't necessarily acknowledge it.
Well, they do now, though. It's not like it's the 90s, man.
Yeah.
Or even the aughts.
Did they mention Alpha 55 here during this match, or
yeah,
Beer Money?
You didn't hear them?
No, they didn't mention that.
Talk about both those extensively.
No, they didn't.
The illustrious careers of James Storm and Taguchi.
I don't think they did.
Let's see here. So, yeah, like you said, Corbin pinned Roode after the end of days. After that, we had Owens and Angle again backstage. This time, Braun shows up, and he says, I smell something. You smell like fear. And then he does the aerosol thing again on Owens. But before all that, Kurt Angle said, Owens, keep on running away. I'm going to do a match where you can't run away, and it's called a cage match.
Yeah, cage match it is.
You win by running away.
Yeah, you do. It's true.
Out.
That's one of the ways you can win.
Mm-hmm. One of the ways.
If the door's open, you run away, you can get out of the door, you win match.
I hope that they do one of those things. Sometimes they have those stipulation matches which are like confusing, and so they have to put a bunch of text up on the screen. Here are the rules for this crap match.
Yeah, you can climb out, which is far and away the most inefficient way of winning a cage match.
Yeah.
You can run out the door, or you can pin or submit.
Which nobody ever just bolts for the door.
Yeah.
Like, really, these matches should last all of 30 seconds. Both men run for the door. Whoever is able to throw the other guy away from the door first will probably win.
Leap out the door themselves.
It's like 30 seconds, But then you have two guys who probably want to inflict punishment on each other, so that's why they don't do that way. But yeah, I hope they put in a thing. If somebody, if you guys get speared out of the wall of the cage, what are the rules then?
Well, whoever's, if that person's feet touch first, then they win.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
right?
I know it didn't happen at Greatest Rumble
last time.
But anywho, next we mentioned the Ronda Rousey commercial. It was great.
Already did that.
Roman Reigns interview with Renee Young. I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah, he's good.
If there's no pressure on him, if there's no pressure on him, he can do fine.
Yeah, he's got all the tools.
He seemed relatively natural.
Yeah, it's just their intent.
Yeah, I know.
Next up, we have Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for our main event.
Oh, great match. Drew is the best.
Like you said, if he loses this match or if he lost this match, he would be banned like Adam Mayhem from this office.
He's not banned from this office anymore, remember?
Well, we'll talk about that. If he loses, Drew would be banned from ringside.
Yeah, Drew is the best. Seth is the best. This match was great. Several points. Drew was manhandling Seth Rollins.
Oh, it was great.
Deadlift suplex, deadlift powerbomb. That was nuts.
Commentary was selling the crap out of it. There was that one spot where Drew was like in the trio O, and Seth was trying to go up top.
He did a full sit up to throw Seth off the top rope.
Oh, man.
It was awesome.
And commentary nutted all over it. It was great.
Yeah.
I didn't hear this myself, but I saw on Twitter somebody mentioned that Coach threw some shade at JR for breaking a rib.
Oh, I didn't hear that either.
Yeah, he said something along, I hear that's going around a lot these days.
Oh, okay, I did hear that.
Okay.
I did hear that thing. I just didn't think about what it was referencing.
Okay, yeah.
It's a weird comment to make.
Yeah, I know it is. I'm not sure what number one JR, I think, still has a deal with WWE.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Is that McMahon? That's got to be McMahon and Coachman's here, right?
I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things that someone just thought was funny.
Yeah. So anyways. But so Seth got distracted by Dolph Ziggler at one point.
Yeah, at one point he kind of shoot him off. The match continued. Dolph tried to crawl back into the ring. He eats a curb stomp.
Yes.
And while Seth is distracted with that, Drew gets an opportunity, hits Claymore, pins Seth in the middle of the ring. Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, it was a fantastic match. The overrun went like 15,
about 12 minutes,
17 minutes. That was like pretty long.
They gave this match a good 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
it was really good.
I was worried. It was like 11:45, and they were just kicking. Like they had like 5 minutes of entrances and commercials. They had a couple commercial breaks during it, but the overrun was pretty long. So yeah, it was like a 20-minute match.
Yeah, it was solid. If you haven't checked it out,
crowd was really
highly
into
recommend
it.
it.
And
yes.
yeah, like I said, they really put over Drew. So yeah, good stuff.
You want to open some mail?
Yeah, let's open some mail.
So
I have
this
a box over here.
This one is from Draft House Games.
Nice.
You have a box over there, which is good.
Love the Draft House games.
Oh man.
Oh man.
NXT trading cards.
Whoa, that is cool.
72 cards plus one exclusive relic card.
Oh man. Open
Thank
that
you so much.
sucker up, dude.
It takes me back to my
Let's have a trading card draft.
Baseball card days, man. Were you ever into sports cards? You buy a box of cards and see if you can get some random thing, exclusive, rare thing. I got like a rare Joe Carter card once that was worth like $50.
So I always liked cards, but I was never into baseball, and I feel like baseball cards are kind of the thing.
Well, there were cards for every sport. There was football and basketball.
No, I know, but like, I wasn't into like. Always loved playing basketball, but I wasn't into basketball professionally like NBA so much that I wanted cards.
Oh.
But I did like cards of other things. I liked what are those Garbage Pail Kids?
Oh yeah,
those were rad. I mean, those were stickers, but they were cards. They were cool.
Yeah, because they had little bios of each of the characters.
I
on
love
the back.
that stuff. There was like if I was really into a movie, like I got all those old Batman movie cards.
I remember those. I used to have some
and then
too.
like some nerdy stuff like comic book cards. I would get those. Shane Thorne, what a stud.
Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. This is coming to us from Dalton Ham Sandwich. I got my little tiny scissors here. I think it's your scissors.
Yeah, I think so. I brought them in.
They're very effective for getting through.
Well, so long as they cut things, I guess then they're effective.
Oh, is there a Baron Corbin in there?
Yeah, there's Baron.
Hey, that's my number one draft pick card.
Right next to it, Samoa Joe. I'll take Joe. Thank you. Finn Balor.
Oh, that's my number 2
Roderick
pick.
Strong. Sawyer Fulton.
Is Adam Cole's probably in there, huh?
No, I don't think so. They seem.
What a bummer.
Bob Roode arrives in NXT.
The UPS store says, please check contents completely before discarding. Thanks, UPS. Here we go. Hey, Steven Larson. It's the former Friendo-verse openweight champion Dalton Scott Ham. Just wanted to say I've been watching you guys for almost 2 years, and you guys helped me get through the week. I really enjoy listening to your views and takes on things, and watching We Book Raw is something I look forward to each week, or whenever we do it, I assume. What, another Samoa Joe?
But it says Finn Balor.
Yes! Put that aside.
And Samoa Joe Brawl. Look at this is appropriate. Our relic card is a Mojo Rawley relic card.
Oh, my God. Whoa, what are the odds?
I know.
He says, I included in this package a Daniel Bryan towel that I got at a live event a couple of years ago.
Oh, wow.
As I know Larson has said, hey, hold on a second, that Bryan is one of his favorites. He's one of my favorites, too.
He is one of my favorites.
I also know that Stone Cold Steve Austin is Steve's all-time favorite, so I also included a Stone Cold plaque,
Oh, wow.
which belonged to my dad. Steve Austin was his favorite, too, and he passed away 8 years ago. Oh, well, thank you very much. I will treasure that. Man, that's so nice of you.
That's cool.
He said, I also wanted you to have my Infinity War collectible cup. Yeah. I tell you what, my wife is now a massive... You know what's funny? Because I was always a DC kid, you know?
Yeah.
Now, because of the movies, my entire family are huge marks for Marvel.
Wow.
I have evolved into a Marvel nerd.
Wow.
Like, totally.
That's something else.
I know. Like, who'd have thought that would happen?
I never thought that would have happened.
So I might give that Infinity War cup to my wife. She is thinking about getting a Doctor Strange tattoo.
Oh, wow.
So I might have, because I'm trying to direct her to like a good tattoo. Like she pulled up a Joe Quesada one, and I like Joe Quesada. But in terms of being a tattoo, I'm not sure he's the best.
Yeah, his artwork's a little busy.
Yeah.
I always liked his art, but yeah, it's busy.
I'm leaning towards like a Steve Englehart, who's kind of like a poor man's Neil Adams.
Okay.
You know Neil Adams, very photorealistic. Well, Steve Englehart did a lot of Batman stuff.
Gotcha.
And so I'm going to try to steer her into that direction.
All right.
So he says, just consider this my way of showing my appreciation for every single thing you guys do. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you
Dalton.
so
We're gonna
much.
Take a look at this stuff now. All this pink packing material in here. Oh, here it is. Oh, look. Oh, man. It's freaking got
man.
Thanos' head on it. Oh, man. That's great. Oh, look at
that.
this.
That's incredible.
That's amazing. That's so cool. That's going on the wall back here, man.
Heck yeah.
That's fantastic. And then, look at that. There's your D-Bry towel.
Thank you so
Hoist
much.
that up. And then UPS says to make sure there's nothing else in here. Dalton didn't indicate there's anything else. I have thoroughly
Investigated.
checked the contents.
Thank you very much, Dalton.
Thank you very much. That's really heartwarming.
Would you like to answer some questions, Steve?
Yeah, let's answer some questions. Let's see.
Foxy the Foxy Fox. Hey there, friendos. Given the current roster for both brands, I am stoked for Survivor Series as it stands. Just in the men's division, who would you have as the 5 superstars for each team for it to be an outstanding pay-per-view? Thanks, guys. Have a great week. So the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. Who should participate?
Okay, well, we have to kind of eliminate who the champions are going to be. Who do you think is going to be WWE champion come Survivor Series?
AJ Styles.
Difficult not to say AJ Styles. So I'll
But
agree
also,
with
if
that.
Brock is Universal Champion, I don't know if they're going to have Universal versus WWE Champion again, because we saw the match last year. It was good.
Let's roll with this. Let's just say Roman does the thing.
All right.
All right. Or, hey, how about this? What about this? What if Braun gets it?
All right.
Let's say they put it on Braun.
All right.
I probably give it like a 30% chance of happening, but you never know. Let's say it's with Braun for the purpose of this question.
Okay, that's fine. We'll
Braun AJ.
take them out of
It's
the
a hell of a match.
Oh, it'd be great.
That'd be a good one.
Take them out of the equation for Survivor Series then.
All right.
Intercontinental Champion.
Let's say it's back on Seth.
All right.
All right. I mean, Drew and Dolph stood tall at the end of Raw.
Yeah.
So possibly he's going to get it back.
More so Drew, but yeah.
Yeah. It's possible Seth is going to get it back.
Yeah, possible. Oh, no, I kind of feel like Dolph's going to retain.
So let's say they go Intercontinental U.S. champion.
Nakamura.
Yeah, Seth Nakamura would be
Oh, that'd
great.
be fantastic.
That'd be fantastic.
All right, so they're out of the equation for
All
the
right.
5-on-5 match.
All right. I think Raw Drew.
Yeah.
So got to put Drew on that team.
Yeah.
Roman
I guess.
makes sense. Roman, man, that's a hell of a team. Finn, Roman, Drew. Who else?
Elias.
Okay. And then probably Constable Corbin.
Yeah.
Let's say it's that because
All
it's
right.
a good mix of heels.
And then on SmackDown, you're going to have...
Mojo,
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan,
Yeah.
The Miz,
Yeah. Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy, yeah.
Ty Dillinger.
No. I know there's somebody we're missing. Who are we missing? Oh, Rusev.
Yes.
There you go.
There
There's
you
your
go.
5-on-5.
Solid teams. No, this is an interesting question. KZ, do you consider marshmallows candy?
No. No. I don't know what I consider them.
They're marshmallows. They're their own thing. Would you consider them a confection, though?
Define confection.
Well, I mean,
Okay, what's cotton candy?
that's candy. It's candy in the name.
Then marshmallow has to be.
I guess it could be.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can find them in the
It's a squishy version of candy.
in the candy aisle. I mean, like those circus peanuts candies. They're essentially marshmallows. The texture's slightly different, but essentially
Okay,
that's what
so
they
we've
are.
come back around. I
Yeah,
think
sure.
marshmallow's candy.
Yeah. I mean, if you tell me no, I wouldn't argue necessarily. But if you said they are, I wouldn't argue.
Again, it doesn't really pass the cabinet test. Hey, you got any candy? Yeah, I got some
you
marshmallows.
produce a bag of marshmallows. And you're like, well, I know I asked for candy. I would consider it, because like a confection, it says here, a dish or delicacy made with sweet ingredients. So anything that's sweet is a confection.
Yeah, sure, okay.
So that's all encompassing. Candy could be a confection, but I think marshmallows could be too, without marshmallows necessarily being candy.
I know I'm trying to like be healthier these days, but I really want a what do they call that stuff? Somebody asked about it the other day.
Marshmallow cream.
Yeah.
Oh, the peanut butter.
Peanut butter and the yeah.
Marshmallow cream.
What do they call it? It's not called marshmallow cream though. It's called something else.
I think it is called marshmallow cream.
What is it called?
Tommy T, hey friendo. So in my question is, what are some matches that you can guarantee won't main event any pay-per-view, but you'd love to see in the main event? Personally, I think letting any cruiserweight title match main event, even a B-level pay-per-view. Oh, fluff.
Jet puffed.
Cruiserweight title match main event, even a B-level pay-per-view would go a long way. I agree. I think it'd be great.
Oh man, a homemade marshmallow spread recipe. Has anybody ever made a marshmallow? God, I want a s'mores now. Like a marshmallow flavored.
I'm guessing you didn't hear any of that question.
A marshmallow flavored
smoothie.
God, why am I missing it? It's the cold shit that you can get at McDonald's. That is milkshake, marshmallow flavored milkshake.
I'm pretty sure it's probably happened.
That sounds amazing, doesn't it?
Sounds too sweet, man.
With some peanut butter in it. No. Holy crap!
If I can get one of those at Dairy Queen,
make that into a smoothie.
You get a blizzard.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how well marshmallows would blend.
Might muck up your thing.
Exactly.
Right? What was the question?
I'm not going to read it again because you weren't paying attention that whole time. You're too worried about marshmallows.
What is your answer then?
Yes.
No.
It'd be great if there was a cruiserweight title match to main event a pay-per-view.
No, I'm going to stick with no. What pay-per-view in existence is going to feature the cruiserweights as a main event?
Something like Extreme Rules. Proper build that could happen.
Maybe if Finn Balor went down to 205.
Leroy the Heel Yinzer Rollins. Hello, friendos. First ever question. Since Drew McIntyre was in the Raw main event, could you ever see him being the guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, I think upper management, I think Vince loves him.
Oh, yeah.
I think that might be one of the plans. Like, hey, have him a potential up there with Braun, Roman. Yeah, for sure.
Woken Minato, can you see Drew turning on Ziggler to get a shot at the Intercontinental title? I wouldn't be surprised if the thing where...
That's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen at some point. One's going to turn heel on the other. But especially if Drew helps Dolph retain that title repeatedly, at a certain point, Drew's going to be, where's my thanks?
Yeah, for sure. Quix Otika, first-time question asker. Being comic book artists / fans, you guys remember the What If Marvel comics. I love those things. They were always terrible. They had the greatest covers in the history of comics.
Yeah, they're generally pretty good.
But the actual comics were terrible.
The covers were always clickbaity.
That is exactly right. Those are the most clickbaity freaking, like DC on DC's side. They had like the most boring cover. They had like an Elseworlds thing, which is like an alternate universe, and they're always really, really good. But Marvel's What Ifs were terrible.
But the covers were great.
They were fantastic. Anyways, so he gives some examples. They had stories such as, what if Hulk had Bruce Banner's brain? What if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? He said his question is, if Stan Lee and Jack Kirby hit you up and said, we need you to write a WWE-themed What If comic book, an alternate reality, what would it be about? Keep in mind factors like artwork that you would like to draw and interestingness of story. So we're like, they're tasking us with the whole creation.
Christopher Daniels is...
whoa. What if the fallen angel was the
greater power?
Ooh, that's a good one. Man, that's a good one.
There's plenty of what ifs that never happened in wrestling industry. Like, what if Sting was the third man in the NWO instead of Hogan?
Right there.
That'd been great.
Man, that'd be great. I'm telling you, man, hashtag, whatever the hashtag needs to be, we need to solicit Boom Studios. Now, thanks to this question here from Quix Otika, Boom Studios needs to come up with a new line of WWE licensed comics, the What If line, with us doing it.
Yeah.
I don't really want to draw them because I'm not that good of an artist, but like we can co-write them.
Don't sell yourself
likenesses,
short.
I couldn't. Look, man, I know my strengths and weaknesses. I'm not bad at certain things, but likenesses, get somebody better.
You're pretty good,
that, man.
RONP0523, first-time question asker. I know this will never happen, but book Braun cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase at Brock's next UFC fight.
Mm-hmm.
So Brock just finished his fight with DC with Cormier.
He gets tapped out in like 30 seconds.
Yeah. So Brock laying in the middle of the octagon, embarrassed, distraught.
Yeah. Limp.
At his lowest point.
Yeah.
And you hear Braun.
Oh man, crowd marks out.
You know how Braun, just goes to the top rope one leg at a time. He does that to the octagon.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Or even better, just rips the door off.
Yeah.
Gets in there, power slam.
Garbage.
Power slam. Power slam. In comes Mike Chioda, counts the pinfall.
Yeah.
Braun wins the Universal Championship.
That's good. Where's the belt at this point?
Probably
Because
at Brock's farm.
Yeah. So then we follow Braun to Brock's farm, where he breaks down the barn door because I'm sure Brock keeps it in the barn.
Alex Foster, what other song should Baron sing? His theme song.
Ants Go Marching, exclusively children's.
Oh,
songs.
okay.
Yeah, Ants Go Marching.
Let It Go.
Now we're getting to the Disney thing.
Oh,
I think.
yes.
Just like I was thinking classic.
Mary
kids.
Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Mary had a little lamb.
That's why I hear him sing the ABCs.
That's good too. A B C D F E G. Wait, no. That's
None of those letters are me.
Double T. Hey guys, is there anything you believe Vince is actually right about while everybody else is wrong about? He gives an example, says, I agree that match quality is secondary to a good story. Just looking at history proves that Austin versus McMahon saved the company, and Hogan was the biggest thing in wrestling while barely ever being able to wrestle. Is there anything about the WWE that you think Vince might be right about that, marks like us are wrong about?
I think for the most part he's right about appealing to mainstream fans.
Yeah, the value of the marquee, the value of the big name, the value of the Brock type, I guess.
Yeah.
I think, I might not be a huge fan of Brock Lesnar, but, Vince McMahon.
We've seen it many times pay dividends.
His tentpole version of Mark. I mean, look, Donald Trump is still the biggest WrestleMania draw there was theoretically. So,
I mean, no matter how good the
he's
product,
as much of a circus act as anything.
no matter how good of the product is, WrestleMania always sells out.
Yeah, right.
There's always 70,000+ people
Yeah.
whenever Stadium WrestleMania is taking place.
Yeah.
So-
Like the Invasion pay-per-view is still the biggest non-WrestleMania.
Suplex Casey is there's no worthy competition argument still believable in wrestling. If you look at other sports, a top-tier team or athlete can't sit out a season because no one is good enough to beat them. I know it's wrestling, but it just seems like a cop-out. It is. Especially when...
Oh, are we talking about the Roman Bobby stuff?
Yeah. Or just the idea, let's say Brock specifically, because Heyman was saying...
Oh, right.
There's
yeah.
no one's worth standing in the ring with Brock at this point. But he hasn't faced everybody.
Yeah.
He hasn't faced Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Once you beat everybody on the roster.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think if that line of story is going to work for anybody, I could see it being Lesnar, just the way they've booked him, and the failure to book Roman properly on the other side. I think it's a relative. It's wrestling, so what's believable? Who cares?
Yeah.
But that's it's not so out of the line of possibility for Heyman to say that about Brock. That I thought it was kind of interesting when he posted that. Because it's like, oh, okay, well, which way are they going to go? But no, I see your point. Obviously as fans, we sit here and say, well, he's never faced Aleister Black. He's never faced Shinsuke Nakamura.
In WWE, yeah.
Adam Cole. Let's see here.
Colin, can you see anybody on the current WWE or NXT roster that had the same exact gimmick and direction as Roman actually get over with the crowd? Let's say Seth or AJ was in his boots the last 4 years. If they had turned Roman heel instead of Seth, and Seth got that spot, Seth would have run with it. Seth would be over.
Yeah, well, the biggest difference is everybody knows Seth is a workhorse.
Mm-hmm.
And
failing everything else, he can deliver in the ring.
Yeah, exactly. Like Roman can have really, really good matches against opponents that match up really well with him, like AJ Styles, because AJ Styles can bring anybody to a great match. So if you have a work machine like Seth Rollins, dude, if you remember how much Seth Rollins was a really, really terrific. He got like a lot of great heel heat because he was so obnoxious as a heel. But man, when he stepped foot in the ring,
he's been on the best
everybody
matches.
loved him.
Yeah.
Like regardless, everybody loved him.
He did dial back his ring style a bit when he was a heel to make it slightly less enjoyable.
Yeah.
But you still put on really good matches.
You're still putting on really good matches.
Jurgen Johnson and Johnson's kayfabe reasons Seth can eat a Claymore kick and walk off on his own power, but Seth gets one baseball slide and has to be carried off. He didn't get a baseball slide. He got a stomp.
Who, Dolph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the image of Drew carrying Dolph up the ramp was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. And I think they're already kind of laying seeds for that. Nemo, the freak of fisticuffs. In a world where having Brock keep the Universal title off TV is an elaborate way to write off the title to introduce a new one. What should it be, and what should they call it? I liked your idea of bringing back the Winged Eagle title. There's a picture out there when they were doing WWE.com was doing pictures of current superstars with old titles.
Oh, yeah.
Dean looked really good with that Winged Eagle title.
It's a beautiful belt, man.
It's a really beautiful belt, but something about him made it just work so well.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, bring the Winged Eagle title back.
I don't know what you'd
People
call
love
it.
that. Yeah, you can't call it the Winged Eagle. I can barely get it on my...
Yeah, no. Can't call it global because there's Global Force Wrestling. Just, you don't want to...
The Legacy title.
Could be. WWE Legacy Championship. No.
It makes it seem like an old-timer's belt.
It does.
The WWE...
Can't be universal. Terrestrial.
Terrestrial. What's a... Are there any like parallels in boxing? Because they've all... I mean, usually
they just have different...
weight divisions.
Well, it's that, but also there's different organizing bodies that have their own...
WBF.
Yeah, WBC and stuff like that.
WBF. World Bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So
it'd probably just be the Raw
I would hate that though.
Heavyweight Championship. Just call it the World Heavyweight Championship and just have a different belt.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the World Heavyweight Championship. There
Why
you go.
not? James Rodriguez, with the original rumor saying that Lashley was set to return for a feud with Brock, do you think WWE is still moving in that direction for a match at SummerSlam? Or does it seem like they're now using Lashley as a substitute for Brock in his feud with Roman, considering their similar backgrounds of leaving WWE to join the UFC? I'm going to say yes to both of those. I think they are going to go Lashley, Lesnar at SummerSlam, because I don't feel like right now Lesnar's going to drop that belt.
Yeah.
And then also, I think they're also using Lashley as kind of a proxy for Brock in his feud against Roman. Yeah. Or they could be, the other hand, though, they can be using Lashley as a proxy for Brock against Roman and then have Roman beat Lashley saying, hey, he can beat Brock.
I think that's more the thing. I think it's going to be just another case to be made for Roman Reigns. I think that's probably going to be the case. Let's see here. It's going to be stunning if you're right about Bobby Lashley, but I just feel we're going to get, what is it, Superman Punch Spear?
Probably. Matthew Barisic, disregarding any current wrestlers with actual fight experience, power rank top 5 current wrestlers who could find success crossing over to MMA. So no Nakamura, no Lashley, no Lesnar.
Seth Rollins. He does a lot of CrossFit stuff.
How does that translate into being a good fighter?
Aleister Black. He does kickboxing stuff. I don't know if he has any actual MMA experience.
No, I don't think he does. So I like Baron Corbin was a Gold Glove boxer, but I don't think he's actually had any fight experience, MMA experience. So you could say him.
Yeah. Do a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Okay.
What shall we do?
I don't know. I'm looking up AWA Wrestling San Francisco 1974. Because my dad used to do that. See if there's any like. I'm going to see if they have. Oh, here we go.
You said AWA?
Oh, like results. I mean, I don't know. Events. Man, I don't know if I can find any results for this. Results. AWA Wrestling results. I'm going to do that. 1981. Sure. Why not? Results. Trying to find something. What is this?
We're really making it hard on ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah, that might be lame. Is there like a different tack we can take?
Oh, no, I'm looking up. I found a show from Mid-Atlantic Wrestling from 1979.
Mid-Atlantic. Well, I'll just go back to what I was doing then. How many matches do you have?
5.
Only 5. Okay. All right. I will. Let's see here.
No, and there's one here. I can do 8.
1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, me too. Okay. This is from January 3rd, 1981. American Wrestling Association, AWA. This is from a show in Chicago at the International Amphitheater.
All right.
I'll go first. Oh, wait, hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only have 7, so get your first one.
I'll skip one.
All right. The Crusher and Dick the Bruiser versus Jerry Blackwell and John Studd.
Dick the Bruiser's team.
Very good. They won via countout.
Oh, there you go.
That was a smashing way to start the show.
Yeah. Tony Russo versus Nick DiCarlo.
So this is Mid-Atlantic. I'll say DiCarlo.
Correct.
Nice. Billy Robinson versus Nick Bockwinkel.
Wow. That's probably a good match. I'll go with Billy Robinson.
No, Nick they booked Nick Bockwinkel really strong back then.
I know. Mr. X1 versus Leo Burke.
Those are great names, but how can you go against Mr. X1?
You be incorrect.
Leo Burke
beat Mr. X1.
Dang it. Tito's. Wait, did I get the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Tito Santana versus King Kong Brody.
Oh, that's Bruiser Brody.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. I'll go with Bruiser Brody.
No, Tito Santana, but it was by DQ, so maybe he was standing strong.
A tag team match. Moose Morowski and John Studd versus Pedro Morales and Abe Jacobs.
I'll go with the Morales team. No?
Nope.
Big John Studd? Okay. Bobby Van versus Bobo Brazil.
Bobo Brazil.
Very good.
TV title match.
Ooh.
Champion Paul Jones
Okey-doke.
versus Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, man. I'll say Paul Jones retained.
No.
No? Ricky Steamboat picked it up?
Steamboat won, but the belt had the pin must happen within the first 15 minutes for the title to change hands, and went over the 15 minutes.
Well, I was right.
Steamboat won, though.
But he did retain.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is one of your answers. You always do that kind of crap. I'm going to take it. Ali Hassan versus Spike Huber.
Ali.
No, Spike Huber won.
Oh, a belt for the AWA World Heavyweight Championship. Nice. The champion, Nick Bockwinkel.
They booked him strong.
Versus Paul Orndorff.
Oh, Bockwinkel.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'll just say this. It's a trick answer.
All right.
Steve Regal versus El Bracero.
It's a trick answer. Is it a no contest?
Kind of.
Double pin?
Draw.
Oh, a draw.
Yeah.
Ric Flair versus Jimmy Snuka.
Flair.
No.
Snuka
by countout.
Damn it. Buck Zumhoff versus Jerry Graham Jr.
Jerry Graham Jr.
Yes, very good.
Final match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. The challenger, Dino Bravo, versus the champion, Harley Race.
Harley Race.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do I get one more? Or that's it?
That's all I have.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But we can call it a tie because I snaked that answer. Let's do this now. Do you have an attendance figure?
No.
You don't?
Oh, sorry. I do.
Okay. Tiebreaker.
All right.
Whoever gets closest to the attendance.
You like these attendance things.
Is the tiebreaker.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I will say yours was attended by.
Well, you want to know where it is first?
Where is it?
The Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Hot town. 6,000 people.
All right. Where was yours attended?
Chicago, Illinois.
What was the place called again?
It was called the International Amphitheater.
And this is AWA?
Yeah.
4,397.
You came within about 700. It was 5,000.
You came within about 800. It was 5,183.
It was 5. So I think you won.
Yeah, I win.
Well done. Anyways, that's it for the show. That taxed my brain just now, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, that's it for show. Thank you so much for watching. Hilton, I think you gotta hit the music now.
Yeah, hit the music, please,
There we
Hilton,
go.
if you will. Thank you.
Good job, Hilton. Wow. What an enlightening show today. Filled with laughter.
Good times had by all.
Share with your friends. We'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.